So, as I'm on the topic of gratitude and feeling content, there's a few ideas for these videos I wrote down, just video titles, and based off that, I just yap. And an interesting one I wrote, I thought was my first paycheck. Now, my first paycheck would be a very interesting topic, because if you get something as a prize, that isn't really your paycheck, right? So I guess that won't count. But the first time I got paid for doing some kind of work, I was in 6th grade, I think. I was about 12, yeah. And you know, I was a wild kid back then. I'm very tame now. And when this incident happened, I felt like when my parents found out, or the other people around me found out, I felt like my world like crash. It's like the stock market in 2008. 2008 or 2012? I think it's 2008, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So it was this. So backstory is a couple of classmates I know. They go to the golf course every morning on like weekends, like early mornings, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and they wait outside the parking lot of the golf course and just wait for people to like hire them on the spot, I guess. And then you get paid by the day or the hour or whatever. And I was really intrigued by that. I was like, sure, I'll come, why not? I want to make some money. And they were like scaring the shit out of me. They were like, these guys, some of them are really mean. They don't pay you shit. And I was like, oh my god. And then also like you have to remember the golf, like there's like different names for the things you swing with. And I was like really scared, but I knew one. I think it's called the driver or something like that. And then that's when it's in the like light green circle near the hole. And that was the only thing I remember from that. They were like, you gotta remember everything, and then you gotta carry this there and there. And some of the guys, they really shout at you. I was like really scared. I was afraid, but I was up for a new experience. And that morning, I snuck out of my house. I woke up at about 6 o'clock, ate some cereal with banana. I remember that. I went aside to find a taxi, and then right down the road, I found a taxi, and I went to the golf course, met up with my friends. We were all waiting outside, and then there were like a ton of other people as well. There were like tons of us, and I was like, oh, I think I'm not gonna get any work. So then it was like waited there for like 3 hours, not because there were like so many people there just waiting. I couldn't even get a chance, so I just like left it. And um it was like 12 p.m., 1 p.m. I think, and all the people left, and then I was like, I'm just gonna give up and go home. And then I met another friend. Uh, when I was like trying to head home, and then she and my other friend who was like close, we were all kind of close, and we were chill. And I told her about the story of how we were like waiting outside and no one wanted to hire us. I was like, and she was like, well, let's try and go. Let's try again. Let's go and see if anyone's there or not. And I was like, no, there's no one. She was like, come on, let's give it a try. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Then we all went to the golf course again, and luckily someone hired us. And then we hopped in the car, and then we drove to another golf course, which was inside like there was like security at the gates and stuff. And I never went inside the thing. I just only saw the outside of it. It was all covered with walls. Then we went in there, and then they were like, "So you two, like, do you know how to do it? Do the work?" We were like, "Yeah, we know." So he was like, "Okay, sure." And we had some tea before, and then yeah. The funny thing is, we followed him around, and what we were actually supposed to do was like go towards, like, walk away from him in the direction he's gonna like swing the ball. And we did that, and then it was chill. And then he said he was gonna practice some like swings, and then we had to like wait and like collect balls and count them and give it back to him. It was like 5 long hours of that. And then finally we were done, and then we got paid. It's like equivalent of $10, I think. But that's a lot of money for like us as kids. It's still a lot of money now. But anyways, we went to a restaurant, ate like crazy, and then packed some food. Brought some food for my family. And then the next day they were like, "Hey, you're not doing that again, ever." I was like, I don't want to do that again either. But yeah, my friends at school heard about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, bro, you're crazy. You're out of your mind." I was like, but I got paid though.